It's the craziest news of the day. Oh, this news is crazy. So yes, yesterday, everybody, Bob Iger did his investor call for all of the Disney investors, going over a bunch of things. This is the first quarter of 2020, ending the last quarter, talking about all the different things that went on with Disney. Bob Iger first talked about how Disney Plus has reached 28.6 paid current users. That is pretty dang cool. I think it's worth noting that Netflix has around 167 million users worldwide that are paying subscriptions each month, and that includes 61 million in the United States. Now, it's important to note that at the time of revealing Disney Plus, Bob Iger told shareholders that the goal was to reach between 60 to 90 million active users each month in the first 5 years. So to me, getting almost half to your low-end goal within just 3 months, I think is pretty good. So I'm sure that he was really happy to talk about that with investors. I don't know. What do you think, Justin? Do you think that's a good number?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And just letting you know, you did say 28.6. So it seemed like for a second there were only like 29 people that were.
It's only 29.6 people that are actually checking out Disney Plus. But again, I still think that's pretty good.
For sure. It's real good.
Yeah, for me, I think it's pretty good. Next up, Bob Iger actually revealed the dates in which we will be getting the WandaVision show and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier will be coming out in August, and WandaVision will be coming out in December. Now, interestingly, we did know that we were going to be getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier in August. That had kind of leaked out there. But we didn't really know what was going on with WandaVision. WandaVision is a show that got moved up. It got moved into this year. It was actually supposed to be coming out early next year. Now it's coming out in December. That's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty smart thing that he did, dropping that epic trailer for the Super Bowl, getting everybody hyped about these shows, and then turning around in an investor call just days later and giving us release dates for those shows. I thought that was actually a really smart thing to do. Next up, of course, he talked about The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian is a huge success for Disney, one of the most popular shows on the planet. We are going to be getting Season 2 of Das Mandalore in October. In October, folks. October is way sooner than I thought we would be getting it. On top of that, Bob Iger said that the potential is there for them to do spin-offs from the characters within The Mandalorian. They're going to be spinning out, possibly doing, the Nick Nolte character time before meeting the Mandalorian, maybe his time in the Empire, spitting out all sorts of different things from the Mandalorian. I think that's pretty cool, but he then went on to talk about the future of Star Wars in general. Now, this one to me is actually not as cool, because although they did talk about how there's going to be the Cassian Andor series coming up and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I don't think he mentioned anything about the turmoil behind the scenes for Obi-Wan, but he did come out and say that the future of Star Wars for the next couple of years is going to be on Disney Plus, okay? So they're not going to be doing any films until 2022. We knew that. The future of Star Wars is likely to be on Disney Plus, but the problem I had with it is because once again, Bob Iger was telling people that it has to do with Star Wars fatigue, that they put too much Star Wars stuff out into the marketplace. They oversaturated the market, and therefore, they're taking a step back to figure out what is coming next. And he did say, although we are developing more series and features, that the future of Star Wars is going to live on Disney Plus. So overall, guys, a big update filled with a bunch of different information, but that is the most of the news when it came to the investor call. We got essentially dates in which we will be receiving Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. Star Wars going to be living on Disney Plus. Mandalorian 2 coming in October. By the way, it's going to go past Season 2. That's another thing that Uncle Bob told everybody yesterday. It's going to go past Season 2. Potential spin-offs coming from The Mandalorian. But yeah, the future of Star Wars is going to live on Disney Plus, at least for the next couple of years. But guys, that has been it. That has been your craziest news of the day. What do you think, Justin? What jumps out to you?
Man, this is just a really, really good year for good old Bobby Iges. I'm really actually probably the most excited for Mando's spin-off series. I know that might be kind of kind of weird considering these are like newly established characters and all that. But what's the name of that lady that's the ex-Rebel shock trooper?
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. I would love to see a Cara Dune series. She's so great. Like, all the episodes with her in them were some of the strongest episodes of Mando, period.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just really want to see more Cara Dune.
I'd agree with that. I'd love to see, honestly, Giancarlo Esposito's character, seeing him maybe with the Siege of Mandalore, and how did he get that Darksaber? That would be really cool. But
Yes.
I tell you this is my concern, and I want to know what you guys are thinking in chat. Let me know. I get frustrated by this idea of them talking about the Star Wars fatigue, right? Because that ain't it, Chief. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the problem, right? So I get a little bit weary of that. And honestly, maybe I'm just old school here, and the more we see the Disney Plus shows, the more my mind could come around to this. Star Wars is movies, man, to me. Star Wars should always be movies. They have other things that are ancillary, but it has to live in the theater.
That has to be like the main draw. That has to be like what you put the most effort into. Not saying they didn't put effort in The Mandalorian by any means. Mandalorian is my favorite piece of Disney Star Wars media. That has come out, period. I even liked it more than Rogue One.
Yeah.
But they just really gotta release a really tight, really focused, really just driven and engaging film when the next films come out. They really have to do that. They can't just go and dive deep into TV shows. They've got to go ahead and shore up those films. Because, like, Marvel doesn't need to shore up their films. Marvel's films are rock solid. They're all great. So they can afford to, like, go into this little TV sphere and try some new things with all these other characters that people want to see and stuff like that. That's fine. Marvel's got a solid base. Star Wars, even with Rise of Skywalker being something that fans pretty much liked for the most part.
I would say casual fans. I'd say most casual fans really liked Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I think the tendency with the hardcore fans is that it was kind of messy. It's too messy for them. So.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm a Palps fanboy, so
yeah, me too.
I'm gonna forgive them for anything they did with Palps, but Palps was kind of out of left field.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah, I think when it comes to what they're doing with Star Wars, I just hope that they take this time to properly plan what's next. And look, you don't have to come out and say it, Uncle Bob. I get it. You don't have to come out and be like, hey, look, like, it's not oversaturation. We're clearly screwing this train up. We don't know how to give you what you need. We don't know how to appease the most people. We don't know how to plan, and these were our big mistakes. I get it from the business perspective. You don't necessarily want to do that.
Investors don't like hearing that. Investors want to be like, oh, guys, everything's fine.
Investors
all according to plan.
Yeah, investors want to be fluffed up. So I get it. I just hope that they actually understand what the problem is behind the scenes, and they can take their time to properly develop the next series and the next things and whatever it was.